Could Max Crosby be sending signals to the Detroit Lions? Have you ever imagined Max Crosby, one of the NFL's fiercest defenders, donning the colors of the Detroit Lions? It might seem like a far-off dream, but are there signs that this could actually happen? Today on Lions News Fan Report, we dive into this speculation that's stirring up social media and the hearts of fans everywhere. Max Crosby, one of the league's top pass rushers, shares something special with many of us, a connection to Michigan and a fondness for the Lions. Born in Lapeer, he grew up rooting for the team and made a name for himself on the fields of Eastern Michigan University. Crosby even admitted on a podcast that if he weren't playing for the Raiders, he'd love to play for Detroit. But there's more. He has openly praised Dan Campbell, the coach who has given the Lions a fresh identity. During the 2023 Pro Bowl, he surprised tackle Penei Sewell by revealing that he grew up in Michigan and followed the Lions. With such deep emotional and geographical ties, it's hard not to imagine Crosby leading Detroit's defense. While the chances of a trade remain uncertain, Crosby recently sparked hope among fans. After the Raiders hired Pete Carroll, Crosby posted something cryptic on social media, which many interpreted as an ambiguous message. Lions fans, as always, swarmed to comments, urging, "Come to Detroit." The big question, is this even possible? Crosby has 2 years left on his contract, and trading him would force the Raiders into a tough decision with significant financial implications. However, if Las Vegas decides to rebuild, moving Crosby could yield valuable draft picks and ease their salary cap issues. So could Max Crosby genuinely be considering a future with the Lions, or is this just a sweet fan fantasy? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, we want to hear from you. What do you think about this possibility? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Lions News Fan Report and turn on notifications to stay updated. Why Max Crosby could be the missing piece? The NFL is always in flux, with teams finding ways to optimize their rosters to compete now or build for the future. The Raiders, coming off another disappointing season, may be rethinking their plans. For Crosby, this situation could be frustrating, as he's a fierce competitor who wants to play for a team that matches his intensity and purpose. On the other hand, the Lions are on an upward trajectory, led by a coach who inspires his players and a passionate fan base. Even a small chance of Crosby wearing the blue and silver could instantly elevate Detroit's defense into one of the most feared in the league. What would Crosby bring to Detroit? If the Lions managed to acquire Crosby, it would mean more than just adding talent. He would symbolize a new era, a relentless defender who grew up loving the team and now has the chance to be the centerpiece of a re-energized defense. Imagine the energy at Ford Field, with Crosby leading the charge and reigniting the fans' passion with every play. His presence would also have a massive psychological impact on the team. Players like Aiden Hutchinson and other young defensive talents could learn and grow alongside Crosby, creating a defensive unit capable of taking on the league's best offenses. A dream worth pursuing? Crosby's future remains in the hands of the Raiders, but his social media activity shows he knows exactly how to keep fans guessing. Cryptic posts like the one he shared recently only add fuel to the fire. If Crosby is paying attention to Lions fans' messages, he might be considering this move more seriously than we realize. Your voice matters. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Max Crosby is the ideal player to take the Lions to the next level? What would you be willing to trade to bring him to Detroit? Share your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Lions News Fan Report for more updates and exclusive analysis. This is the space where Lions fans come together to dream, debate, and follow every step of the team's journey. As a Lions fan, here's my take. The idea of Max Crosby joining the Lions is thrilling, almost surreal. He wouldn't just be an addition to the roster, he would be a transformative force, making Detroit's defense one of the league's most feared. His connection to Michigan and lifelong love for the Lions make this possibility even more special. Crosby embodies the culture Dan Campbell is building, a tireless warrior full of energy and passion for the game. He would inspire not only the fans but also his teammates, particularly Aiden Hutchinson. Together, they would form a pass-rushing duo that would terrify opposing quarterbacks. Of course, trading for Crosby wouldn't be easy, and the price would be steep, whether in draft picks or cap space. But sometimes you have to make bold moves to achieve greatness. If there's even a sliver of a chance that Crosby wants to play here and the Raiders are willing to talk, Brad Holmes should explore it. As fans, we can't help but dream about the impact this would have on the team. And who knows? In the NFL, anything is possible. With the foundation we're building, players like Crosby could be the difference makers that finally lead us to something special. A message to Max Crosby. Detroit is ready. If Crosby is paying attention, he needs to know that Detroit isn't just any team for him. It's the place where he could make history. Here, he wouldn't just be a player, he'd be a hero to a franchise ready to compete at the highest level. What do you think? Let us know in the comments if you think Max Crosby could be the key to taking the Lions to new heights. And don't forget to subscribe to Lions News Fan Report to follow every step of this potential journey. Together, we can turn dreams into reality. Go Lions! While the possibility of Max Crosby wearing a Lions jersey is still just a dream, this speculation undeniably sparks excitement among all of us fans. Seeing a player of his caliber, already deeply connected to the state and the franchise, would be a storybook moment. He wouldn't just be a tactical addition, he'd be a symbol of what this team stands for: resilience, passion, and an unwavering pursuit of greatness. Thinking about the impact he could have on the team, Crosby would be the ideal complement to a defense that's already taking shape. Aiden Hutchinson is a rising star, but imagine what he could learn and how much he could grow playing alongside an elite veteran like Crosby. This partnership would create relentless pressure on opposing quarterbacks, something the Lions have been striving for years to achieve, a crucial step toward elevating the defense's competitive edge. Moreover, Crosby's arrival wouldn't just be about the present, it would also set the tone for the future. Under the leadership of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, the team is building a winning culture where players want to be part of something bigger. Max Crosby, with his work ethic and passion for the game, would perfectly embody this mentality. Of course, challenges remain. The Raiders are unlikely to part ways with Crosby without significant compensation, and the impact on the salary cap would need to be carefully managed. But as a fan, I believe there are moments when you need to take risks to reach the next level. Crosby could be that calculated risk that changes everything. If he joins, the message will be clear. The Lions aren't just building for the future, they're ready to win now. And as fans, we need to keep showing our support, whether on social media, in the stadiums, or in conversations like this one. Who knows? Maybe our passion is what Crosby needs to see that Detroit is where he truly belongs. So share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Crosby is the missing piece to take the Lions to the top? What would you be willing to give up in a trade? Let's keep this conversation going. And don't forget, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report for more updates, analysis, and, of course, a space to dream big about the future of our team. Go Lions!